on a cool damp night. Gave myself in that misty light. Was hypnotized by strange delight under a lilac tree.
Spitting Hebrew, 3 and 1, combination, yeah. Well, how you want to talk like us after this? I.S.U.P.K and the commandment, priest inspiration, rock like out, white out, shine. Yeah, I made wine for my heart, and it's true. That's the recipe and taste. I finally got the recipe, passed down the ages, sitting under the family tree. Put my heart and all my soul, stretched enough to feed. Go out, go home, and nigga, I don't want freeze. First I was lost, and needed more songs. Now my over the truth all along is the source of wrong. Just feed the dogs, bread, bait, on the plate of Jake, wishing to eat, fishing the got beat in the rest. I made wine for my heart, and it's true. That's the recipe. Seen it there for me. Lord knows it's what's left of me. Something was missing. I found myself in the kitchen. Order whipping up a piece of chicken just to feed my ambition. Or is it me trying to fill my greed? Cause winning always had to have some green. Learning what I made up every day. Ways to eat and regurgitate. I had to taste for something different, wishing I knew it is. It had me on a mission, ducking state prison, watching opposition on an expedition straight to perdition. For instance, full of capers often, 50 bands dashed in my apartment. Eat the spark, but they get to talking like Nintendo popping in the extra cartridge. Women hawking, best promoters. When she told her, framework Golex, still void and couldn't feel that hole. Sex, money, weed, over and over. But hold up, wait, what's that aroma? Frozen, I'm gone and I'm getting warmer. Closer and closer, I came to the home of the truth. I'm smelling the salt through my gullet. Order a blue house, I hopped out my garment. Look how my frenzies is falling. I've been anointed with all the button is working. Cutting, blazing, breaking down and observing. All the catering in Israel. It's seasoned all in the shoulder. But plenty wine in the oil you find. It's more finer than the gold. And I found the recipe. I made wine for my heart, and it's true. That's the recipe and taste. I finally got the recipe. Passed down the ages, sitting under the family tree. Put my heart and all my soul, stretched enough to feed. Go out, go home, and nigga, I don't want freeze. First I was lost, and needed more songs. Now my over the truth all along is the source of wrong. To feed the dogs, bread, bait, on the plate of Jake, wishing to eat, fishing the got beat in the rest. I made wine for my heart, and it's true. That's the recipe. Seen it there for me. Lord knows it's what's left of me. First let me tell you right, you see this can't get a slice. There's some ingredients to suffice. Should be nice even if the spice ain't precise. Like the old life is a sacrifice. 2 or more in the name of Christ. Like the night you had to cut corners just to afford to fill all your short orders. And mix a lot of zeal as you go. You want the kind and switch out your own. And it's hard to pull crumbs and bread, but you kept holding till the crust is cold. And make it post, ain't no other wood. You can never have too much brotherhood. We was laying eggs that would go bananas. Nuts trying to beat and the bandanas. Got you gon' need at least the faith of a mustard seed. When you're stirring the pot up, the pressure gon' brew. Just know you ain't bit off more than you can chew. Only one Lord, faith and baptism. Lot of knowledge and wisdom. I'll keep you cool as a cucumber. If you find yourself in a pickle, get your bread and last of all, wine it all. Bring it all to a bowl. Not half-baked, cause lukewarm. And get spit right back in the bowl. Cold. And after you forge it, go find a man that the Lord said for you and yours. And just remember that this ain't for them. You know about the recipe. I made wine for my heart. I made wine
heart and its recipe.
You boy, you know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in, yeah. But that was my niggas, yeah. A minute, yo. Got my nigga Rewan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding General Yahanna. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, make you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talk the shit, yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we U.P.K, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm rippin'. And my niggas solid, number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapping together. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, the shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted, we hear the truth and reject it. But love is getting corrected, and all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Back roll.
sharper than an ice pick on you rappers' necks, and it's feeling like some vice grips. Yeah, that's light shit. Send my bro a kite quick. Times of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see, most of them scared to witness. Go on, close your eyes, cause one right here for the trenches. got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gun on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart grip, my bow tie. Waiting on this war been my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart grip, my bow tie. Living in this war been my whole life, my whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, they got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Sani, my wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home with change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. So I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that God flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Lighters in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. And Ken, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart grip, my bow tie. Waiting on this war in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart grip, my bow tie. Living in this war in my whole life, my whole life.
Let's clap it up. That's right. Shalom, Israel. We got an I.S.U.P.K, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We started out of 1 West, 125th Street, out of Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yahanna. We are not affiliated with any Christian organization, any other fake Israelite organization, because there's only real one. There's only one real one. No Black Panther organization, no Muslim Islamic mosque organization, none of that. We're not affiliated with nobody. We stand alone. We under Commandant General Yahanna. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, or First Nation, you know what I'm saying? We're the real Jews that the Bible speaks of. We're the lost 12 tribes of Israel. This is Monday night history class. I'm Precinct Officer Ira Wadia, Washington, D.C.
Yep.
You got Precinct Officer 5000 Pequash. Give it up. Watch, yeah. And we going in a little bit tonight. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go in tonight on $5 Indians, you know what I'm saying? Fake Gadites, you know what I'm saying? Fake Gadites / the white man, because he takes everybody's nationality. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really did a number on the Gadites, though. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to focus in. We're going to home in on that tonight. So if you got respectable questions, even if you don't, put them in there. You know what I'm saying? Statements, put your statements in there. You know what I'm saying? This is the history class. So we like to focus on that because children are watching as well. But we got to teach the babies as well. You know what I'm saying? As well as the adult babies, because there's a lot of adults out here that's babyfied as well. So we definitely teaching them. But man, tonight, man, I don't know if y'all know, but and some of you know, but Esau, he steals everybody's, you know what I'm saying, identity. Right. You know, and the greatest theft that he ever did was to steal the children of Israel's identity. Because he called himself, you know what I'm saying, he called himself Jewish. You know, he does say Jew at times, but pretty much he'll say Jewish and Israeli. You know what I'm saying? But he's neither one of them because they both the same. You know what I'm saying? Right. But at the same time, you know, we just got to stray away from his evil teachings, his evil doctrine, his society, his ways, whatever he got going on that lead us to commit sin and to just commit all types of atrocities, you know what I'm saying, amongst our own people, no matter what tribe they from the 12 tribes. We do it all, you know what I'm saying? We got to stray away from that because it's a sickness. The white man is the devil, and he's literally the cancer on the earth. He's the only he's the main person on the earth that got the earth in turmoil, in the uproar. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, it's not our people that's doing this, man. You know, we still the slaves of the earth. And he uses the other nations to be over top of us as well. Wherever we at, he always bring them in to make sure that, because if he's not there in abundance, then they are. Just like if you go down to the islands, you know what I'm saying? East Indians, you know what I'm saying? They doing their numbers down there on our people. We even got brothers in South Africa that are not Africans. You know what I'm saying? They're Africans by citizenship, just like we are Americans and Canadians and, you know what I'm saying, British, Germans, you know what I'm saying? Wherever we that of the citizenship, but not nationality, right? Not your ethnicity. You are not, you know what I'm saying? Our brothers that's down there in South Africa, they are not of Hamitic descent. You know what I'm saying? So if we could, sir, if we can jump into number 1 on the list, we're gonna get a little bit about, you know, how they wrote us out of history, pretty much, on how they made up paperwork to verify or to, you know, establish, okay, we getting ready to go take their lands. Okay, we didn't commit war against them. We pretty much got them where we want them as far as war, you know, the war thing go. They unalived millions of North American Indians. Millions. You know what I'm saying? The number is innumerable. They put numbers to it, but you know, we always say 77, maybe more. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. It's still to a point where it's just horrible. You know what I'm saying? And we don't look at, you know, the enemy as, okay, if he didn't do this number, then maybe he get a pass. Nah, he don't get no damn pass, man. You know what I'm saying? He did what he did. He committed the atrocities, and he's still doing it. He's still acquiring land, or should I say stealing land. He's still doing the same thing. So the same thing applies of what we've been saying since 1969 and what the North American Indians First Nation been saying since a long time. You know, pale face white man speaks with the forked tongue, man. Right. You can't trust him. You know what I'm saying? He's a straight up snake. He's just like the snake in the garden. You know what I'm saying? That deceive, you know what I'm saying, Eve. You know, you can't trust him, man. And we going in on $5 Indians tonight, because you might ask, what is a $5 Indian? Why does it sound like that? Why is the number attached to somebody, you know what I'm saying, nationality or who they are? You know what I'm saying? Nah, what it is that's what they paid. You know what I'm saying? They literally paid money, you know what I'm saying? And they paid federal agents to basically get on a list that they set forth to write real Gadites out of history. Hey, shalom. Yabashim Yashab Rakatah, brother. All right. Good to see you. So we basically what Adawan, what he's going to read, in just a second. They wrote us out of history. You know what I'm saying? They wrote a lot of our people out of history, which is the Dawes Rolls, you know what I'm saying, or the Dawes Act. That was in the late 1800s, during the 19th century. They couldn't take it no more. I guess enough war, you know what I'm saying, on the the Native Indians. I guess that wasn't enough for them. They need to acquire more land, more suffrage, more blood, because that's what they really doing. They just acquiring more. They so bloodthirsty. It's nothing. It's really nothing else that they really, they just need more blood and more land. And since blood is still flowing, you know what I'm saying, they need it. They keep needing it, like vampires, in Romania, Transylvania. They still need it, But we're gonna get a little bit on this, the paperwork of what they did. You got that, sir? What?
It's lucky. This is the Dawes Act of 1887, approved on February 8th, 1887, an act to provide for the allotment of the lands in severalty to Indians. Servality, Salakius. Let me start again. Approved on February 8th, 1887, an act to provide the allotment of the lands in servility to Indians on the various reservations known as the Dawes Act, emphasize servility, the treatment of Native Americans as individuals rather than members of tribes.
Keep going.
Federal Indian policy during the period from 1870 to 1900 marked a departure from early policies that were dominated by removal, treaties, reservations, and war.
Hold up, stop. So those treaties that they speak about, those treaties was trash from the beginning. The white man never had it in him to even uphold, you know what I'm saying, what he set forth as a treaty. You didn't. The Native Indians did not bring about these treaties. That was the white man's doings. You know what I'm saying? He the one that came up with those type of, that paperwork, that false paperwork. Some people's it's even out there that some people say, we're not gonna get into the conspiracy theories, but it's some information out there that say that the Gadites never even signed one treaty. They never signed none of them because they didn't know English. So what are you signing? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it is what it is. It's still spelled defeat in the end. You know what I'm saying? Gad was still defeated in the end. Gad is not gone. And even for the, what I'm saying, my Gadite brothers and sisters out there, you are not erased. You know what I'm saying? Just because a big population of us have been decreased. That's what all of our tribes, but don't think that you erased. Don't be embarrassed to be who you are, neither. You know what I'm saying? Like Now it's time to just get more land because we keep running into warriors. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. They keep running into Indian warriors. And they wasn't only fighting Gadites neither, because it was a lot of Judites that was right beside us too. You know what I'm saying? That's what the white man couldn't stand. Throughout paper, take this in mind, family. You know what I'm saying? When we show y'all things on these videos, right, and paperwork, it is impossible to bring all of it out. You know what I'm saying? But we show you the sources that we getting it from. So do your due diligence and go and start to research certain things on your own time, and have your children to do it as well. You know what I'm saying? Remember, this is Monday night history class, so this can be taught to all. All our classes are taught to all, but of course, you know, you would want to teach this to your children, because school is going to come right smack up against what we teaching. You know what I'm saying? They're going to lie to your children in the public schools, but never take your children out of school. You know what I'm saying? Like, your children go to school, have them go to school and conquer the whole educational system. Conquer it, because we need a lot of you know, doctors and lawyers, everything. We need everything. I mean, we the best anyway. You know, not those other people, but we are. Right. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Any more on that? Yeah, give me a little bit more.
Into small allotments to be parceled out to individuals. Thus, Native Americans registering on a tribal roll were granted allotments of reservation land. To each head of a family, 1/4 of a section. To each single person over 18 years of age, 1/8 of a section. To each orphan child under 18 years of age, 1/8 of a section. And to each other single person under 18 years now living or may be born prior to the date of the order of the president directing an allotment of lands embraced in any reservation, 1/16 of a section.
All right, so they basically just breaking up land, you know, and saying what the victims of the landowners, the natural landowners, are to get at now. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you can have 1/4, you can have this, all that, you know, while they come in and they get pretty much all of it. They got all of it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people really think, and this is for you Gadites out there too, if you really think that the reservation you stay on it, or you know, whatever, you actually think that that's yours, man, you don't know that, you don't believe that the white man is the devil. He conquered this whole entire land. Whatever we see on that map that outlines the United States splitting from Canada and the southern region of Mexico, he owns it all. Trust me. He owns the whole American continent, from top of Canada to the bottom of South America and the Caribbean islands in between. He owned all that. Trust me on that one. I dare you to try to prove me wrong on that. You know what I'm saying? You see what he did to Venezuela. He can do that to any country down there in South America and Central America. It goes down like that. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately. But we know why, because white man is the devil.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? We can drop that. And let me get a little bit of number two. Number two. We still dealing with the Dawes Roads. This is gonna slide right into, you know, them right. They base, this is how they writing the Gadites out of, you know what I'm saying, they land, and really who they are, you know, because we're gonna bring up something later on, but they are in charge of saying who you are now. Like, can you imagine that? Somebody breaking into your house, unaliving your people, and then saying, okay, now you're gonna be who I tell you to be. You know, I'm gonna just slam you with an identity that you know you not. I know we both know that that's probably the only thing that we agree on. That we know that I'm not who you making me be. You know what I'm saying? But Esau is the devil. So, and through his bloodthirst and his, you know, his greediness of riches and land and slavery, you know what I'm saying? he has to make you be who he wants you to be now. It's almost like playing with I don't know, G.I. Joes and Barbies and things like that. Like you control their whole physical movement. You can name them. Can't nobody can tell you that's not their name. Who's gonna tell you that?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we got a little bit of number 2. The water, sir. Young man, what's his name? Young man, Omar. You read a little bit of that. You go. Can you scroll up, sir? Wait a minute. Let me see. So, like, this map right here is a map. Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. So this map right, just before the brother read a little bit, this map right here, it's like an outline of the territories that they allowed, you know what I'm saying, what they made up, the 5 civilized tribes. You know what I'm saying? Like, to say that these are the 5 civilized tribes is to say previously they were uncivilized. You know what I'm saying? And they wasn't. How are you calling people that you already been around for over 200 years civilized? You know what I'm saying? Now you saying that. But you were uncivilized when you got here, and they taught you how to live and eat, and cleanse yourself, even though you didn't clean yourself because you end up giving us your blankets. You know what I'm saying? And which is the first. What's that? Biological warfare. Yeah, those are the first accounts of biological warfare.
Okay.
That's where you putting us on certain sections of land and you call them reservations. You know what I'm saying? By the way, projects are damn near like reservations too. You know what I'm saying? Projects in the inner cities and suburbs or whatever they at. Those are the same things, favelas, all that. All of them are the same. But you section a couple of pieces of land off of them, and then you tell them, yeah, this you right here, and they can't even they barely grow food. You told them, you took everything away from them. It's like now you're gonna be broken down to just doing agriculture. You took that away as well. Took everything away from the Gadites, and you called yourself them. Just give me a little bit on the article.
Okay. Background on the Dawes Commission. On February 8th, 1887, Congress passed an act to provide for the allotment of lands in serality
No, scroll up, Scroll up a little bit. Going up, so that's the top of it. We can go down. Go down. Wait a minute, let me see. Go down some. Down some more, sir. Down some more. Go down some more. Keep going, sir. Just the one? Hold on. Yeah. You can start right there. Yeah. Related records.
Okay. Related records. 1896 applications. Prior to 1896, the Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw, Creek, and Seminole tribal governments exercised jurisdiction over citizenship and enrollment in their respective tribes. On June 10th, 1896, Congress authorized the Dawes Commission to receive written application for citizenship in these tribes and to add names to pre-existing tribal roles.
Yeah, so these pre-existing tribal roles. So you're getting ready to start to see an influx of people who's getting ready to start taking on other people's identities at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like they just don't give a damn. Like I tell you, the white man, he makes up whatever he makes up, and it stands. Like there's nobody to contest him at this point. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
The Seminole Nation, the SHALAM, the Seminole Nation was an exception. The tribe made arrangements with the commission.
Wait a minute. But by the way, the Seminoles are the tribe of Reuben of the 12 tribes of Israel, or in Hebrew, Ra'aban. You know what I'm saying? Like the Seminole Indians are the Indians over here, you know what I'm saying, on the right here in the so-called, in the United States, that they never signed nothing. You know what I'm saying? Technically, they still at war with the United States government, but they're not actually warring against them, unless you are a Reubenite or Seminole Indian that's in the I.S.U.P.K. And how we war is through following the law, statutes, and commandments, and not participating in any of the white man's holidays, festivities, anything. You know what I'm saying? We don't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? My Reubenite brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like those are some very fashionable brothers too, if y'all don't know. They down there in South Georgia and Florida, and probably, you know what I'm saying, a little bit past that, but they mainly known for being in Florida and then South Georgia, you know, Seminole Indians, which they made a mockery of, you know what I'm saying, and was that college football? Was that Florida State Seminoles? Yeah, that's a slap in the face. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
The tribe made arrangements with the commission to bypass the 1896 application process. So no applications were submitted for the Seminoles in 1896.
That's for the real Seminoles right there. You know, even to a point where they got to even get down, where they got to even fill out applications to be who they are. It's terrible. You know what I'm saying? It's already an atrocity already. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more.
In 1896, the 1896 Act
right
also allowed for applicants to appeal the Dawson's Commission decision to the U.S. District Courts of Indian Territory. Out of 7,500 applications, the court received more than 1,000 appeals. In 1896, the application process was later ruled null and void. The subsequent Curtis Act of 1898 required all individuals and families to apply to the Dawes Commission, even if they had submitted an application, even if they had submitted an 1896 application. The 1896 application can be noted on the Dawes census card as, quote, 1896 case, followed by the case number.
Right. So they had a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying, Gadites just signing paperwork. They filling out paperwork that was unneeded, you know what I'm saying, just to be who they are. And they took that away from them as well. And this is going to ride right into, you know what I'm saying, what we getting ready to bring up. Salaki, sir, if I can bring, you can give me, let me see. It's going to be number 3 on the list. Number 3. This right here, I just wanted to give a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, for time's sake, just a little bit of paperwork on how they wrote, you know what I'm saying, the North American Indians basically out of who they are to steal. I'm not even not saying obtain. Let me steal land, for them to steal land, write you out of history. You know what I'm saying, as far as being who you really are, and just committing all types of other atrocities on top of it, because they're getting land. You know what I'm saying, and we even got the devil himself. You know what I'm saying, not recognizing, or he knows what's happening. Now, this is, of course, what you're getting ready to see is going to be the current president of this place, Donald Orange Man Trump. You know what I'm saying? You know, he even was just basically telling, he was running his mouth like, damn, I didn't see who I seen. If you saying who that was, but this gonna ride right into how they $5 Indians, man. They just love to be who you are. Salakia.
This continues as a threat. It's my opinion that it will blow.
Now,
It will blow.
for those Salakia, sir, for those, just right quick, if I could, Donald Trump is in front of congressional hearing right now in 1993, and he has a problem because he already has his Atlantic City casino at this point in time. He's making money, but at the same time, he's paying a lot of taxes, is his complaint. And who he's saying that are mob figures up in Connecticut, they're saying that they are Native American Indians. Because you remember the list, you write your name down as an Indian on the list, you know what I'm saying? You Indian, you know what I'm saying? So they fake saying that you ain't got to pay no taxes, while we can see the conditions of Native American Indians on reservations and throughout inner cities. You know what I'm saying? We scattered amongst our brothers too, all of us mixed up. You know what I'm saying? There is no benefit. You know what I'm saying? Of you, first of all, it's fake. Don't know if Native Americans own casinos. That is fake. Those are literally white people that have written themselves on their ancestors have did it on the Dawes Rolls, and they just keep passing down. Oh yeah, I'm Cherokee, or I'm this, I'm that, Chickasaw. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have to pay no taxes. You know what I'm saying? So Donald Trump got a problem with that, because his white brothers, you know what I'm saying, that's in the mob, they have a problem. He have a problem with them not paying taxes on their casino, and why he got to pay, you know what I'm saying, hundreds of millions of dollars, or however much he paid on his casino. So he's jealous, pretty much. If he can do the same thing, he would, I'm surprised he didn't do it. Please, sir.
Sky high. It will be the biggest scandal ever, or one of the biggest scandals since Al Capone in terms of organized crime. I believe that there's going to be a lot of embarrassed and a lot of red faces. But to sit here and listen, as people are saying that there's no organized crime, that there's no money laundering, that there's no anything, and that an Indian chief is going to tell Joey Killer to please get off his reservation, is almost unbelievable to me.
You have basically stated that the problem seems to be that the FBI doesn't have any people, or is that correct? Is the issue that you?
No, I think it's far beyond that. I think that people have got paper bags over their faces and nobody's looking. Everybody, it seems to me, from even just a common sense standpoint, knows what's going on.
Now, Salakia.
Did you?
This is when Donald Trump gets into. He started talking about, just to speed up a little bit. He started talking about how these people that's in charge of these casinos, these are not Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? Because he went there to see them. Like, how can you not know that that's not? Like, you can clearly look at them. White people are not Gadites, man. Okay. They are not Gadites. They've never been, they never will. Even, the Boston Tea Party, when they went and dressed up like Gadites, with crowns of feathers on, you know what I'm saying, and painted faces, and dumped all the tea, out of the boats and everything, because they, because of them and their brothers' issues, British tax and everything, they will be you in order to get free, benefits from them, like, why don't you just go and ask your damn people for free, for anything that's free? Why you got to dress up as me or my Judite brothers? You claim all of us, you know what I'm saying? You can't never look like us, but You claim us though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that works, but you did it. You know what I'm saying? Failures to you. You know. Let me keep going, sir. Keep a little bit more on that one.
To submit this list to the FBI at any time?
I'm not a law enforcement officer. I'm not
You can
supposed to be
speed it up,
going
sir.
around checking Indian.
Speed it up, too.
Compete. Nobody likes, and I think many of you folks up there
Keep going.
know for a fact that I love to
Right
compete.
here.
But I lie. Perhaps you could tell me.
No, Mr. Trump, I have a closed mind against evidence that is not substantiated.
Oh, well.
I have a closed mind against statements that are made about other people in generality.
You're going to be very
I have a
embarrassed in
closed
2
mind
years,
when
sir.
You go on a radio show and you say, now some drunken Indians want to come down here and open a reservation.
I didn't say that, sir. Quote it. I didn't say that. Who said that? Who said that? I'd like an apology right now because I didn't say that.
I.S.U.P.K opened the broadcast, so excuse me, Mr. I.S.U.P.K said that.
Okay. Could I please have an apology?
You can have an apology.
Thank you, sir.
And then you went on to, is this you discussing Indian blood? We're going to judge people by whether they have Indian blood, whether they're qualified to run a gaming casino or not?
That probably is me, absolutely. Because I'll tell you what, if you look at some of the reservations that
listen, family, listen to this. Listen close.
If you look at some of the reservations that you've approved, you, sir, in your great wisdom have approved, I tell you right now, they don't look like Indians to me. And they don't look like the Indians. Now, maybe we say politically correct or not politically correct.
That's the Pequot Indians. That's the Pequot. That's up there in right above New York. Some of them are in New York, mainly Connecticut, Massachusetts. You know what I'm saying? The Pequot. A lot of them were, probably my complexion. Some of them might have been a little darker. As far as you can go back to the 1600s. You know what I'm saying? Where the devil came over here, when he did come over here on the mainland, and he drew pictorials of them. You know what I'm saying? You can see them. The Pequot. They're very known in the northern, you know what I'm saying, up in the New England area, where the devil described them. He definitely described them to the T, you know what I'm saying? And those pictorials are not fake. Now he might have exaggerated a couple of things because, being the deviant that he is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he gonna do something, but pretty much that's who they are. We know who they are. You know what I'm saying? The Pequot Indians, yeah, of Connecticut. So you can go.
And they don't look like Indians to Indians, and a lot of people are laughing at it, and you're telling how tough it is, how rough it is to get approved. Well, you go up to Connecticut, and you look. Now, they don't look like Indians to me, sir.
You can drop that, sir.
God, that's not
See, even the devil knows the devil. You know what I'm saying? Like he know who he is, man. He know who he is. We got former, you know what I'm saying, president at that time, now President Donald Trump, telling you that he go up to the reservation, you know what I'm saying, where the casino was sitting on, in that area, that land that the U.S. government allowed them to have, you know what I'm saying? He's seen these people, and he already knew who these people were. They literally mob figures posing as Native Indians.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that work? How does the mob come in that's like the mob coming in your neighborhood and saying, yeah, we this crew, you know what I'm saying? We the 58th crew, you know what I'm saying? Which is all niggas, you know what I'm saying? And then Donald Trump and his crew come in, or the mob come in, and be like, yeah, we the 58th crew. And everybody looking like, what are they talking about? That's how it is, man. It's just that easy. Nope. Hey, so like I said, we can go to the next one. Because we're going to tie all this in, man. We're going to tie all this in with them being $5 Indians. Fake Gadites / white man. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's who it is. You don't see Germans. Well, let me take that back. You can't really see any other heathen trying to pose as a Gadite other than Esau. You know what I'm saying? Why is he doing it? Because he just has no culture of his own. Scriptures say He's a criminal and a vagabond, man.
Right.
That's exactly what he is. You know. You can go to that, sir. Now, this is right here. This is going to be, we can let it play, sir.
Warren says her great-great-great-grandmother is Cherokee, but genealogists have yet to confirm that. Warren referenced a photo of her grandfather on her mantle as part of the family lore.
My Aunt Bee has walked by that picture at least 1,000 times, remarked that her father, my papa, had high cheekbones like all of the Indians do, because that's how she saw it. And she said, and your mother got those same great cheekbones, and I didn't. She thought this was the bad deal she had gotten in life.
Slack, sir. So for those who don't know, that was Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren, you know, she's in the Senate, and she came out and said that she was Native American, you know, because in 1986, I believe, she marked herself as being of the Cherokee Nation, you know, which white people made that up. You know, that's not even, that's not Gaditish. You know what I'm saying? They made that up too. They heard us say a lot of words that we say over here right now. Esau, the white man, literally heard us say these words, and then he just mispronounced it. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole lot of the words over here, the towns, the cities, some of the states, they literally Indian words, but he mispronounced it. So now you have to say it like him, or you're not saying it right. You know what I'm saying? That's basically how it is, man. Like I said, but that was Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren claimed that she was a Gadite. She knew she wasn't, because she know her family. She knows her. She knows her. Oh, so like I said, go ahead.
Yeah. Nah, Trooper Izan said she stole that picture.
She stole it. That's right, Trooper Izan. Right? Like Elizabeth Warren. She's an ugly woman, you know what I'm saying? Of course. She's very ugly. And she wrote herself on she marked herself down as being a Native Indian. And then later on, we heard that. And then if we can get the next one, sir, we just gonna tie it all in right quick with her, you know. We're gonna pack her up and get her up out of here. Because she's a liar, just like the white man is. I don't know. Did we say the white man is the devil yet? No. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Right. Okay. He's the greatest deceiver on the planet Earth. That's what devil means. You know what I'm saying? Children and adults. The word devil means deceiver. You know what I'm saying?
It's so easy to become a podcast.
What is that? That's number 5, right? Yep.
Democratic presidential hopeful Elizabeth Warren tried again today to put to rest an issue President Trump has used to attack her. Warren made a public apology in Sioux City, Iowa. Political correspondent Ed O'Keefe is there tonight.
I know that I have made mistakes. I am sorry for harm I have caused.
In front of a crowd of Native American activists today, Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren apologized publicly for the first time for seeking a DNA test to back up her claims of Native American heritage.
I have listened and I have learned a lot, and I am grateful for the many conversations that we've had together.
Before serving in the Senate, Warren had described herself as a minority in professional directories. That brought intense scrutiny, and prior to announcing her presidential run, Warren took the DNA test, proving she was a fraction Native American. The move backfired.
Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren.
President Trump
Drop that.
Like, if I could.
Yeah, no sweat.
It's like, if I could. Rachel Dawes out, it seemed like she wasn't the first.
Oh, yeah. Kind of sir.
She wasn't the first to pretend, she's somebody else.
Right. Right. Yeah, she's definitely not the first. See, the white man claiming that he's Native Indian that's long. It goes back 125 years, man. You know what I'm saying? A little bit longer for real. Because now 100 years not even it. 100 years is in the 1900s. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, most of everybody that we know is is from the 1900s. You know, only new people from 2000 and 2026 is kids. You know what I'm saying? That they grew up. You know, or somebody you might meet, but they probably was born in the 1900s. You know, like it's not even that far. You know, and white people have been claiming false identities, you know what I'm saying, being the biggest imposters for a long time now, man. I mean, it's nothing for them to do it. You know, I guess that's where, you know, the other heathen nations learned it from. You know what I'm saying? Those scheming, scamming Somalians up there in Minnesota and wherever else they at in California, you know. But yeah, Esau, yeah, he the biggest imposter on the planet, man. Yeah. So like I said, we can read a little bit. Matter of fact, before we even read, can I get the scripture? Can I get Zechariah 11:5? Baba Shah. Zechariah 11:5. While the brothers getting the scripture, you know what I'm saying? Esau will take your identity and get benefits behind it. Free benefits. Like he don't have time to be paying for what he stole, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he can't steal in peace. You know what I'm saying? He got to steal in chaos. You know how some people just go in the store and they might come out if you was little, you know what I'm saying, or your friends or whatever, and you watching them the whole time, you thought you was, and then he might slide out, you know what I'm saying, with some candy or something. But Esau, he ain't like that, man. He's stealing, man. The thievery is in full effect. Believe that. You know what I'm saying? That's Zechariah 11:5, warrior. And so, you know, we're gonna get a little bit on after this scripture, just a little bit, you know, on the impact, you know what I'm saying, of this $5 Indian thing, man. Because they literally paid $5 to government agents, you know what I'm saying, underneath the table type of action to put them to write themselves on the go. You got something to say? You got hold it right quick. The water. They literally paid $5 to write themselves on the Dawes Rose list, you know, and it literally be saying, you know, 1/4, 1/16, one this, one that, you know, and the government just said, all right, no sweat, stamp, you're Indian. You get everything that we got to give you. Everything that after we unalived them and we was gonna give them certain things, which they wasn't, they still ain't done it. We're gonna give it to you and much more. You know what I'm saying? So never trust thy enemy. You know what I'm saying? Your enemy is the white man and the other nations. That includes Arabs, all of the countries in Africa. You know what I'm saying? Chinese, Japanese, the Japhetic people, which is the Australians and the Hawaiians and the people throughout the South Polynesian, Melanesian islands and all that. You know what I'm saying? Fiji, Tonga, Samoa, all them. You know what I'm saying? Even though I probably will put them real high, you know what I'm saying, in my house, you know what I'm saying, during their captivity. I'm gonna have them oversee Esau. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a Fijian or Samoan definitely oversee Esau and the Africans. You know what I'm saying? Yes. But read.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
See, whose possessors slay them. Who was our possessors? You know what I'm saying? The white man. He the one that stole our southern kingdom brothers and sisters, Judites, Benjamites, portion of Levi. You know what I'm saying? He stole them. You know, he took their identity and everything. You know what I'm saying? He the one that put them into captivity over here. You know what I'm saying? In America, they were captured by the Africans, the Hamites, but they were sold to the white man, and the white man sold us, our cousins, our brothers and sisters, to other white people. You know what I'm saying? They just mixed us all up. Keep reading.
Calm. And they that sell the say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Yeah. They even saying that our own people, you know what I'm saying? They don't care. You know what I'm saying? You got this Christian church that's over top of us. Just like those Gadite brothers and sisters that was going in those boarding schools, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. They was taken into captivity, sent off to the boarding schools, killed, unalive the Indian, saved the man, saved the boy. You know what I'm saying? They had them dressing like they wasn't supposed to be dressing. Burn the fringes, do away with the fringes, cut your hair. No more plaits, no more braids, nothing. You know what I'm saying? No nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? Try to now you're gonna be who we're gonna tell you to be. You know, those are our possessors. They did that to the North American Indians, and they did that to our other brothers and sisters. They completely, you know what I'm saying, dismantled our family structures. Well, we wouldn't even know some of our family. We probably got a lot of family out here that we don't even know. Right. Of course, we know that if they're of the 12 tribes, that's our family. But I'm talking about like literally direct, you know, immediate family lines. Like you never know, man. You never know. Read that from the top one more time.
Okay. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell the say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Yeah, they slayed us. You know what I'm saying? They slayed us. Over 77 million, over 100 million. You know what I'm saying? The numbers keep piling up. They still adding up too. They just don't be reporting it like they do, because it would just probably get too much big of a backlash. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they did to our people. If we can get a little bit of this. It's number 6, sir. You can have the brother read some of this about the $5 Indians.
The impact of the fraud. The $5 Indian scam was not an isolated incident. It resulted in widespread identity theft, the misappropriation of native land, and a lasting false perception among many families about their ancestry. It also resulted in many genuine indigenous people who did not trust the government being left off the rolls.
You keep going, sir.
Key facts about the name and campaign origin. The name Conta Ocorius was initially given to Washington around 1753.
This talking about this name right here is what the Iroquois nation gave him. Iroquois / Algonquin. You know what I'm saying? The Iroquois nation was a big nation. You know what I'm saying? I believe that's where they derived their concept of the Constitution from, because the Iroquois nation has a constitution that the United States Constitution damn near mimics. You know what I'm saying? It's almost identical. You know, because we had government over here. You know what I'm saying? We had government. Everything that you see right now, they didn't just make that up. It was already something already over here functioning, and they just seen that. Of course, they had their government too, you know what I'm saying, for the British and the French and, you know what I'm saying, the ones who came over here. But we was already a government here. That's how you know that lie about Christopher Columbus, he didn't know where he was going. He thought he was going to India, was a lie. He knew exactly where he was going, man, because they knew about the book of Second Esdras. You know what I'm saying? They knew about that, where the Northern Kingdom was at. They knew exactly where they was at. How did they just perfectly get here? You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't like you got here and the ship was a little bit the ship was a little bit torn apart. No, you got here for real. You know what I'm saying? Like just like if you was to drive, you was like, hey, baby, I'm going out and get some ketchup or something. Like you know exactly where you're going to go get it. You're gonna go get it. Lord willing, you make it back. You know what I'm saying? That's how Christopher Columbus did it, or Cristobal Colon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I mean, they knew where they were going, man. If you could read a little bit more, sir. Oh, Salaki, that name right there is what is it? Kano Takarius means what is that? He's a destroyer. You know what I'm saying? That's basically saying that he's the damn destroyer. George Washington. You know, the town destroyer. Hey, he's known. You know what I'm saying? We go just slide. So you read a little bit more.
No sweat. Sometimes linked to actions by his great grandfather John Washington. The 1779 campaign during the Revolutionary War, Washington ordered General John Sullivan to execute a total destruction and devastation of Iroquois settlements. Iroquois settlements. I'm gonna try and pronounce his name.
No sweat.
Haudenosaunee.
Yeah, so like
Haudenosaunee.
That's a wild one right there.
yeah. Iroquois. Salakia. Settlements in upstate New York to prevent further raids on American settlements. Devastation. The campaign destroyed 60 plus villages and massive amounts of crops and livestock, leaving thousands of indigenous people homeless and forcing many to face starvation during the winter.
See that? See, this is what this devil is about, man. He's all about destruction, man. And trust me, he does not care. He will destroy, you know what I'm saying, your land, your crops, everything. If you know, if he was smart enough, he'd be like, okay, let me keep the crops. You know what I'm saying? whatever is left, let me keep a portion of them. You know what I'm saying? Just so I can keep this thing going. But yeah, he gotta totally wipe it out. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he didn't unalive everybody. But he did so much that how you know you ain't even gonna get the same thing that you just destroyed? You seen all this wealth. Why would you do that? You idiot. You know what I'm saying? You're a terrible, you're even a terrible takeover artist, you know what I'm saying? Or a ruler. You're not even good at that, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So many of these Edomites be walking around looking so weak. I mean, they are weak, you know what I'm saying? And then you brothers like to follow right behind them, especially you colorful brothers in the LGBTQ community, man. You be walking around looking all abused with fist marks all over your face, all over your back. You know what I'm saying? You just got indented fist marks in you. You know what I'm saying? You look terrible, man, because you following this devil and you refuse to listen to the men of the Lord. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Hey, do your thing. You're going to have to answer to that when Christ come back, though. Trust me on that one. You ain't going to get away with that. You know what I'm saying? So you could drop that for time's sake. If you can give me because we're gonna show you a real Gadite, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you're looking at one right here. You know what I'm saying? But if I can get number 9, sir, right quick, get number 9, because you know what I'm saying, we're gonna run through this, you know, because you $5 Indians. Now we showed one of them. You know what I'm saying? You can put in your mind some more too with the mob. The mob figures are Italian, Sicilians, and Jewish, you know what I'm saying, which is probably Polish, German, and things like that. They claim that they North American Indians and they not. So, and then you got the people that's coming over here from Ireland and the UK and all that. They claiming that they remember the ones that paid $5 to get on the reservation. You know, well, not the reservations, but the claim that they were North American Indians to get benefits, free benefits. Thousands of acres of land because you said I'm Indian, give me my land, and they got it just like that. It's that easy. It's like I said, we can get that. And this is for those who don't know. This is Russell Jones, man. Russell Tyrone Jones, aka Old Dirty Bastard, man, from the Wu-Tang Clan. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't stand him because what he was saying. Old Dirty, he from Brooklyn, New York. His peoples is from Long Island. You know what I'm saying? That picture that y'all see right there, yeah, him. You know what I'm saying? That's his family right there. On his mother's side, though. You're going to hear it. Salaga.
These were grandfather sold
There were also
Manhattan to the white man.
for countless generations. In fact, Dirty could trace his lineage back to a time when there was no New York City, just the wilderness of North America. He was 1/4 Shinnecock Indian.
Shinnecock Indians are the Native Americans up there, up in New York, Long Island, some of them in Jersey, like northern Jersey, right there on the you know what I'm saying, that neck area, you know what I'm saying? The T-neck area of Jersey and New York. Some of them in Connecticut too, the Shinnecock Indians. You know, they had a reservation over there. Dirty had a verse on the second Wu-Tang album that came out, Wu-Tang Forever. The first song on there after that stupid skit, that stupid 5% skit. You know what I'm saying? Where he was talking a bunch of trash. That brother right there, that brother with the glasses on, that's their physical uncle. Dirty and RZA are actual cousins. RZA. That's their uncle though. He did the skit that I'm talking about right now on the Wu-Tang Forever album. And right after that, the first song that came on, Old Dirty mentioned that his grandfather sold Manhattan to the white man. He said it. He said it right in the song. They bypassed it though. Salaki.
Started mentioning things that y'all didn't understand. He said he got a grandfather coffee, cheap coffee, or taking it cheap coffee. Him and his brothers, Fred Cuffy and them, they was some wild boys.
My great grandfather was an Indian chief.
This is Old Dirty's mother right here. Now she's a Gadite. I don't know if Dirty is because they never spoke about his father. But everything that he's saying about the Shinnecock and how his grandfather, he's talking about his mother's father. Okay, so I just want to make that known. You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't try to hold me. It's like, well, you say what you are, what your father is. You know what I'm saying? Dirty could possibly be a Judite. He could be a Gadite. I don't know. But his mother is a Gadite because she's talking about her great grandfather, which is her father's father's father, a great great grandfather. So
For the Shinnecock Reservation in Long Island, Riverhead. That's where my mother met my father in Long Island. Dirty just carried his heritage to the limit. You know, we're Indians.
Like if I could,
yes, sir.
It's wild that his mom's calls him dirty.
Hey. Yes,
Russell, but dirty.
Right. Dirty was wild, man. I don't know, but I mean, the way that hair looking, and then that Indian piece back, you know what I'm saying, on that black and white, you know what I'm saying, the other one right there. Who knows? It doesn't matter. He definitely a brother though.
Right.
I said, and they used to say, yeah, we ended up, we sold Manhattan. I said, well, listen, they sold Manhattan for trinkets. So he always said, well, we're going to try to get it back. I said, Rusty, please. We're not getting it back.
Stop this. But no, that Dirty was one of the wildest, probably the wildest person I ever seen in hip hop history. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Flavor Flav come right after him, but Dirty was wild. Man. Also, Precaution, young man, you already know. That was a wild dude, man. But yeah, Dirty repped that. You know what I'm saying? He was repping of course, his mother's. You know what I'm saying? His grandfather, it was still his family, but yeah, the Shinnecock. You know what I'm saying? And so like sir, if we can hold up. We got can I read number 10 right quick, sir?
The U.S. federal government has historically and actively decided who is considered Indian through legal, political, and bureaucratic definitions.
Wow.
A power rooted in the concept of federal trust, reliability, and tribal sovereignty. This designation is often based on membership in federally recognized tribe rather than purely on ethnicity or race.
See, the government said, we're going to choose for you to be who we want you to be. It doesn't matter if you watch it, you know what I'm saying? You of the Washita nation, you of the Seneca, you know what I'm saying, nation, you know, you Oneida, you know what I'm saying, Cherokee, you know what I'm saying, the so-called 5 civilized tribes, Blackfoot, you know what I'm saying, Apache, I mean, damn, Dakota, you know what I'm saying, Comanche, yeah, Creek Nation. Like, it doesn't matter what you say you are. With this article right here, just this paragraph right here just said the U.S. government said we are now going to decide who we want you to be. Why? Because white people came in and they stole our identity. You know what I'm saying? They stole it. They literally stole it by writing themselves into history and writing us out simultaneously. That's exactly how they did it. Through the Dawes-Rose list or the Dawes-Rose Act of 1887. Look it up, man. Look it up. I wish we had enough time to bring that whole list out, man. You know what I'm saying? And you seen the little pieces of land that they separated. Seminoles had the smallest block on that land, if y'all seen that. Everybody else had a chunk of it, which ain't really a chunk. And all that land was over there in a lot of that was in like going towards Oklahoma and everything. As to say that's only where they were at. You know what I'm saying? You led them on the Trail of Tears, but that doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, every Native American from the East Coast is gone. No, you know. And then they like to only show some of our brothers, you know what I'm saying, like one phenotype. We got many phenotypes. I'm paraphrasing, but the scriptures say Israelite. We are like unto a speckled bird. You know what I'm saying? We got so many different phenotypes. We look so different. We're so beautiful and you know what I'm saying, for the brothers, you know what I'm saying, when the women, I ain't saying that to you, but when the women say that you look good, you know, yeah, but for the women, you know, they're beautiful. And you know, like they really did a number on us, man, for real. They did a big number, still doing it, you know what I'm saying? And if I can just give one more scripture, sir. Genesis 49:19.
As the brother's getting that, you know, when you said that, you know, it reminded me of last time when we went up to New York for the cookout.
Yeah,
and we was walking by. Were you there with us? You was there with us, right? And that
Carter,
brother,
what kind, sir?
That brother was like, "Man, y'all are beautiful."
Yeah. Oh, that's when we left.
Yeah, when we leave.
Yeah, we had it like, what you say? He meant it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't backtrack, bro.
As soon as he said it, he was like,
yeah.
He said something else, you know, but he was all discombobulated.
Yeah.
At the troop that was walking by.
Right. If he knew something. You got that scripture?
What scripture?
Genesis 49:19. Yep.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 19.
Yeah.
Yeah. A troop shall overcome him.
That troop. Gad, of course, is the North American Indians, which is one of the 12 tribes of Israel, which is one of the sons of Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Jacob's name was later changed to Israel. That's why we say Israel now. Gad is one of the sons of Jacob, of Israel. Okay. And a troop overcame Gad. That troop is the United States Cavalry. You know what I'm saying? You can mainly blame sorry Andrew Jackson. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't the only one. It's a couple of people that was before him, before they became president. They eventually did become president. Harrison, one of them name was Harrison, or two of them. But before they became president, they led, you know what I'm saying, attacks, you know what I'm saying, on the Native Indians. But Andrew Jackson is one of the most famous ones to lead the cavalry, the troop. Read it again from the top.
Oh, come. Book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
Yep.
But he shall overcome at the last.
He shall overcome at the last. the North American Indians, a lot of them have not stopped fighting the United States government, not with weapons and things like that, but just more recently, you know, like the big thing that came out was a couple of years ago about those pipelines being laid out there in the Dakotas. You know what I'm saying? They was just really going at it. They refused to leave the National Guard. No, not the National Guard. They might have just been the straight up military, but they was out there, you know, spraying them down. You know, so they wasn't shooting them, but they was just, you know, the so-called non-lethal weapons. They was still water hose. They was doing so much. The water hoses, bean bag, you know what I'm saying, rubber bullets, all that. You know what I'm saying? And for that depiction that, well, it's not a depiction, but what we showed, what was that, Elizabeth Warren. I mean, it's thousands of them. You can go back in time in history and look at the old Western movies, how they had white men posing as North American Indians. They wasn't real Indians, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't real Indians, you know what I'm saying? And the scripture said that Gad, a troop shall overcome him, you know what I'm saying, which is the United States cavalry in many years, in many ways. But he shall overcome at the last, you know what I'm saying? The only way Gadites, you Gadites out there, Gadite brothers and sisters, Reubenite brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? Only way you're going to overcome that, you know what I'm saying, that prophecy is if you get in the I.S.U.P.K, man. You know what I'm saying? You need to get in this school, you know what I'm saying, and really get the information that you need so you can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Every tribe needs to come within this body of truth. You know what I'm saying? So we can all come together. And those $5 Indians, and look, got something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you seen the fake ones, right? So look, those are the fake ones. This is right here. You know, this right here is real. You know what I'm saying? This is the real Gadites. You know what I'm saying? This who they know. You know what I'm saying? This the real Gadites right there.
Damn
right. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Damn right.
That's who you are, man. Don't be afraid to be who you are. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class off to the question, man.
See, bringing up the flag. That's tough. Security announcements. We're the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to show themselves to the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find this in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3:8-10. Means 10th in Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you gets to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation is Feast of First Fruits, which we are currently in. This starts after the Sabbath of Feast of Unleavened Bread, sundown, Sunday, April 12, 2026. Count 50 days, celebrate this on the 50th day, which is Sunday, May 31st, 2026. Start before sundown. Leviticus, you can find this in Leviticus 23:10-22. Also, I believe at least one of the cookouts has been announced.
Yes, sir.
At least one of the cookouts has been announced, which is going to be Tennessee, July 4th.
Tennessee. Wow. Let's get out of hand.
Yep. Right. It's going to be on July 4th in Tennessee. So make your arrangements right now. You know what I'm saying? Make arrangements now. Talk to Campbell to find out exactly where. I believe it's in Memphis, probably.
That's Captain Sock G's territory
Yep.
right there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
DC native. DC native transporting to Tennessee. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There's probably gonna be some go-go music out there. I don't know. We'll see.
Captain Soccer War. He Lumbee Indian.
Right.
Lumbee Indian. That's right.
That's a Gadite right there.
That's right.
Right, yeah. We're the upcoming whole convocation. Remind I can not go out and check out social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headbands, or scarf. With that, I say I imagine, which means to stand. We're gonna give one crazy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Shabbat. I imagine. Barak. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Yah Jamatah. Class dismissed.
Israel.